Dear President Trump, when you become president, I want you to take a serious, which it looks like you guys are seeing seriously what's happening in Canada. So when the war starts, this area here, I want you to consider, alright? I want you to consider, alright? These things I'm going to share. Assume the Chinese military have taken up the river to Kitimat or the harbor area there, and then taken the pipeline that was built for in my opinion, these forces to be able to go through the Rocky Mountain area and set up in this area here. Assume that there is a Chinese military force that have used the fires, the smoke from the fires, and also a government that has helped it. Also assume that you cannot trust the federal police, the Air Force in Canada, or the Navy. Assume that they are 100% compromised. The RCMP, the Canadian Air Force, and the Canadian Navy. You send the force up. There is no military bases in this northern area. It was cleared out, making it better. My assumption is that when the attack happens, that they have Iranian Islamic ones from Iran set up in this area, and that Russians will come from this way to support this attack. So the PLA will come this way, and they will initial attack on Edmonton and the Calgary area where there is military army bases. And so they would want to eliminate the army bases while also getting rid of some naval area here. This area here, the Iranians, in my opinion, will mess with the nuclear power plants, using the ones that they took hostage under the gusp of a shot down plane in Iran. What I believe the United States military force has to look at, cutting off this area, taking control of this zone for the fiber optics right here. An easy way to set up a way of taking control of that zone. There's not many roads. I would enter this area here to cut them off on the two passages here from the newer highway and the older one, and I would attack this way to cut off these roads, and I would arrest and hold every RCMP, every official high up, especially in the RCMP. I would take control and take in every naval officer, every Air Force officer, and I would hold them until you weed out who is for and who is against. This zone here, I believe what they want to do, the Chinese, and what they believe they can do is cut off this area here in hopes that the Russians will help in attacking Alaska while cutting off the few ways up for any reinforcement from the mainland. So they believe that they would crawl across this way as China and Russia work this way. And the Iranian ones hold the city, the people, for the dramatic effects in the cities here, trying to cut off this zone and hold it hostage. The New York, the Eastern Seaboard, because of the nuclear power plant in Pickering that I believe that Iran will target, along with China will target the West, and Russia will focus on battering up the east. All these areas here, all this, you're not gonna worry about. You can easily just deal with them with air superiority or other means, because nobody's going to be traveling around. Your main area of battles will be up against the US. That I believe, and you should take in consideration, Mr. Trump, because you probably know a lot more and see a lot more. But this, I would not trust those three: the federal police, the Navy, or the Air Force. I just have a very strong inkling that their leadership has, changed like the government. This is my opinion, and may God bless the U.S. military in removing the Marxist fleet, freeing Canadians from something I don't even believe they recognize what's happening to them. So, I don't believe they see it, because they don't get the news anymore. Anything reported in the news, they can't see it on social media, because under the gusp that, the news broadcasters wanted more money. Yeah, sure thing. So, thank you for your time there, Mr. President. Also, remember, Lieutenant General Paul Van Riper. He's the man to help you fight vampires. Later.